That noise you hear is someone outside of my house on skateboards. They're going down this hill into the park. I don't know if you could hear that. Fun, fun, fun. Hey, you guys. How are all of you tonight? Andrea Cox here. Whoops. Just got back into town and was in beautiful Arizona and had a lovely time visiting people I love and wanted to hop on here and do a really peaceful, beautiful reading for you. I don't think there has ever been a time in my life that I have felt the 10 of Cups as much. I feel the 10 of Cups sitting right here with all of you tonight. And that 10 of Cups was delivered to me because I spent time with my family. And I want to talk about that with all of you. And I want to talk about some realizations I had while I was with my family. Can you guys hear me? Because I'm using a mic. Can you hit the like button if you can hear me? Or if you can actually just tell me in the comments as well, that would be really beautiful. I might log off if someone doesn't tell me if they can't hear me or not. So we'll see if someone's brave enough. Yes, thank you so much. Natural Divine Beauty. What a great name. How's this for Natural Divine Beauty? I got my hair natural today. For all of you who have natural curly hair, yeah, welcome to the jungle, right? Welcome to the jungle. Yeah, I'm just going to kind of pull that to the side. So I lit this candle, and this is actually a candle. It's a Mexican candle. It's the Virgin Mary of Guadalupe. It's like a Mexican themed candle. And I'm like, I've been to Ballet de Guadalupe in Mexico several times. So I love this candle. And whenever I pray, I light her. And I basically just say, Merciful Virgin Mary of Guadalupe, show mercy, love, and compassion to those who love you and fly to your protection. May your interception like the sweet divine Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, that he might hear our prayers, wipe away our tears, and give us comfort and assistance. And I say my prayer. And these are like $1. And I really love them. And this is a chakra candle. And I've got that lit for us as well to balance our chakras. And this is an anointed candle. I carry and sell candles and anointing oils on the detoxintuitive.com. By the way, those of you who haven't received your orders, I'm going to explain why. But you'll be getting lots of extras in the order, so that's great. This is anointed for love, but love of all kinds. Love of family, love of friendship, love of a lover, love of abundance flowing into your life. These are non-toxic. These aren't toxic candles at all. Let me do a quick intro, and I'm going to share with you why I'm feeling the 10 of Cups. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Those of you who are new here, my name is Andrea Cox. This isn't going to be a long reading because I'm actually leaving for the evening. Got a lot of changes going on. My website is thedetoxintuitive.com. I have a second website called andreacox.com. I have a second YouTube channel called Andrea Cox TV. I am an intuitive healer and a detox specialist by trade. I have been vegan for 18 years, been in the detox industry for 10 years, very well known in that industry. I'm kind of a medicine woman. What ails you? Come to me and I'll know exactly what you need, basically. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Someone must say that because I never say that. I wanted to talk tonight about, and thank you for subscribing to the channel. Please sign up for my newsletter at andreacox.com. Private readings are available. There's very limited availability by going to thedetoxintuitive.com and clicking on spiritual gifts and offerings. If Ella Chi is on here or Brandy, they will type in the website, but let me just type it in just in case you don't have it. If this reading resonates with you or you do need clarity on a situation, do book a private reading because I'm not going to be taking them for long. So I want to tell you about the epiphanies I had while visiting my family. We're from Ohio, and part of my family lives in Phoenix now. My sister, my mother, my nephew, my sister's husband. And I'm the youngest of 3 girls. And one is in Ohio, one is in Phoenix. There's me and there's my mother. And our, excuse me. Hey, stop. Go night-night. Sorry, I have dogs. My apologies. So one of my sisters lives, excuse me. Hey. And now he's scratching on the door to get in. My apologies, Lewis. Maybe the number 3 is going to resonate with us because I've been interrupted 3 times by the dogs, so they won't interrupt me again. So I went to Phoenix, and one of my favorite people in the whole world was having a beautiful person. She is my favorite person in the world, was having a minor, surgery, but it was on her heart. And, it is a big deal. But it's like, this is beautiful. I'm trying to gather my thoughts to try to explain this. But while I was there, I was thinking about the Empress and how beautiful the Empress card is and what the Empress represents. And it is the divine Earth Mother, the mother of abundance. the mother of all things earthly, how to create, how to nourish others, how to plant seeds and watch them grow, how to cook, how to clean, how to give birth to creativity and ideas and make them happen. And I was looking over at my sister and the person that I love more than anything in the world. I was laying on her bed next to her, and she was just cracking, me up and poking fun about nurses and talking about how cute certain doctors were, and it was hilarious. And I looked over at my sister, and she is the epitome of the Empress. And so is my mother, and so is my other sister. And I'm going to say this, so am I. And here's why. Something had been upsetting me for a little while recently. And I had been pushing it out publicly. I had had someone that I dated years and years ago that I never even thought of really. Really, like every once in a while, they would enter my train of thought, but we're not connected on social media. We don't pay attention to each other. And this person has really harassed me indirectly, and it was bothering me because I had actual proof, and I had never had proof before, and I never thought this person would ever do something like that. And this is someone from a long time ago. So please do not connect this to a recent past partner in the past 5 years, because you would be wrong. Okay? So I want to clarify that. And so I was thinking of, why would that person do that? Why would that person try to steal from me energetically? Why would that person want my relationships to fail with others? Why would that person not want to see me with other people if they're with someone? Why would that, to me, when two people part ways, you have a decent conversation and you part ways and you wish them the best. And so this was really hurting my heart. And then I realized, after having a reading with really the only person in the world I think anyone should have a reading with, she said, well, he sees you as the Empress. So that's why he tries to imitate you. Everything you touch turns into gold. So he wants to turn things into gold for himself. He wants to be the emperor. He wants to be like you. You only date emperors. That's why it didn't last but a few months, because you only date emperors. You don't date knights. You don't end up with, and it was a really beautiful read. And it was actually a pre-recorded reading, and I was able to listen to the recording while we were waiting for the plane to take off to go to Phoenix. And so I was digesting that beautiful reading. I was like, that is true. Like, I buy a brand new white car, and he would buy I would say I like a piece of art or like something on Facebook or something and say that's beautiful, and then he would do that. Like, he would buy that, or like it was just a constant imitate. And that's why I had to disconnect so long ago, because it was irritating. But there was also a lot of emailing people and sending them past photos of me and things like that, and a lot of connecting new people that I would engage with, and connecting them with them anonymously, and saying really horrible things about me that weren't true. So I had to really release that someone would try to directly hurt me and pretend that everything was cool. And so I went through about a week and a half period of really targeted targeted anger because I was pissed when I found everything out. I was pissed. Yeah, they were yeah, trying to mirror the Empress. And here's the thing with the Empress and with being the Empress, and here's what I noticed while I was visiting my family. You know, my sister sat at the foot of the person I love more than anything in the world, of that person's bed, and she is so poised and so full of class and just sat there, and anything that would happen, she just sat there, and it was so beautiful to see. And when my nephew and my sister's husband drove me to the airport, they are pure, they're like the epitome of good, beautiful, class, love, and the all-American family. They are. My nephew is absolutely beautiful. He is sweet as pie. He has the biggest heart. He has the most beautiful blue eyes you've ever seen. He's tall. I think he's taller than me. He is so smart, so kind, so loving. He would give anyone the shirt off his back. And I just wanted to be like, bravo, bravo. And my sister's husband is such a good dad. He really is. He really is. He's an Aries. So, of course, likes to be in control. He really takes control of, like I was saying, I think I want to move to be closer to you guys. And I really do. And he was like, okay, Andy, my family calls me Andy, you have to do this, this, and this, and here's where you need to go. And I would actually trust him to know. That's how much respect I have for him. It takes a lot for a man to earn my respect, because respect is earned. It is not given, it is earned. And I respect him. I respect him. And they just spent like 2 weeks in Turks and Caicos, and I mean, just a beautiful, loving, kind family. And I noticed when I found out about, the person that was trying to damage my reputation and all of that, which is just ludicrous, because in social media, any anything's good, anything. So I really had to dive deep to find out why someone was trying to do that, and why it went on for so many years, and why everyone knew I would get into a relationship with would get this email that would be the start of the demise of the relationship. And I realized that this person felt a lot of competition with me. And of course, I'm the Empress. You can't recreate an Empress. You know what I mean? You can't recreate, you can only an Empress, and we're all Empresses. But I could see a very visual, sad imitation. You know what I mean? And you just can't imitate the original. And so what I started digesting is, well, I want to see a lot of Empresses. I want to see thousands of Empresses. I want everyone watching this to become an Empress. I want everyone to learn that you shouldn't vaccinate your kids, especially if you haven't eaten right, because that can lead to autism. I want everyone to know that the government is in bed with big pharma and the pharmaceutical companies, and it's all a bunch of bullshit that they've taught. I want everyone to do good for others. I want everyone to teach, their kids that, hey, stand up for yourself, but be kind about it. Be a good person. Don't be a dick, don't be a dick. I want everyone to learn to grow their own food. I want everyone to learn to make their own medicine. I want everyone to learn that the water they're drinking from the tap is not good for them. So I actually am starting to see this imitation as a form of the highest flattery. And I'm even starting to see, even though it did affect a relationship with someone I loved very much, I'm even starting to see the emails that were sent out, the letter that was written, all of that as everything happens for a reason. And thank you for making me a stronger person. I now know that, you know, so men can feel competition with women and they can directly try to hurt you. And again, I want to reiterate, this is not someone I have been around in the past 5 years, so please do not point fingers. You will not find a single photo of me with this person. I've made sure of that. So please do not, yeah. But I wanted to share that with you. And that epiphany came across to me, when I was laying next to person I love more than anything in this world. And my sister was, at the foot of the bed and all poised and calm. And, my other sister runs a business and she's, poised and calm and most of the time. And I was looking at myself and how, I felt like I was being carried. I felt like from the time I boarded the plane yesterday morning until the time I arrived home that I was literally being carried. It was like magically waking up at 4:30 a.m., magically driving myself to the airport, magically, um, you know, getting the best parking spot literally right in front of the airport, like right in front of the airport, magically being there with more than enough time, magically getting my juice on the plane, magically having this most seamless, beautiful nap and connection with a person next to me on the plane, magically arriving before the surgery, magically getting to spend that time with them, magically the surgeon, postponing the surgery because he had another emergency and getting to spend all that more time with them, magically having a beautiful conversation with my sister while we waited, and magically being there when everything was done, magically seeing that the hospital had bullshit food, and magically having a woman that just happened to be there that night that was also starting her vegan journey, and compensating her to do something really special for me so it would be healthy, magically, enjoying that food at the airport before I boarded, magically having a seamless ride on the way home, magically walking into my house and my two little lovely husbands with fur waiting on me, and not a single accident in the house because my beautiful friend, Dr. Dave, had came in and let them out a few times during the day. Like everything was so beautiful. And I don't want to say who had the surgery, but I'm sure you guys can all put two and two together. Magically having that person come out of surgery and just being like, I just didn't even feel a thing. Just completely, and she was awake. It was very light anesthetic, and magically seeing the strength in her, refusing pain medication. And I'm like, you know what? That's where I'm from. That's who I'm from right there, not wanting to take pain medication. That's who I'm from right there, sitting at the edge of the bed, poised and calm, working. She's like, my sister is like very, very high up in a major company, like her working and handling, someone that we love that's so dear to us having a surgery on their heart, and handling, her son's back to school shopping and her husband and everything in one, and looking good while doing it. That's why I'm the Empress, because I come from an Empress. And my sisters are Empresses, and we are a family that is so strong and so beautiful from the heart. And that's what an Empress is. If you skin your knee, the Empress knows what to do, and you're not going to the ER. If you want a good home cooked meal, that's who the Empress is. If you have a lot of shit thrown your way, a lot of bullshit, like I was dealing with I'm just going to be honest. I'll just say trailer park trash, and not that there's anything wrong with the trailer park, but that's the only like word that can come to mind. And there isn't anything wrong with a trailer park, but there's a stigma that goes along with that, and this person would be that stigma for doing these things to me. That does not make an Empress. What makes an Empress is being true to yourself, being strong in any situation, being kind, and being loving. And for me to allow anyone, just because they felt competition or were jealous or, have to do every single thing I do, to allow that to affect my energy, I'm ashamed. I must have just stepped off my Empress platform for a moment, but I got back up on it. So that is where I'm coming from. That is where I'm coming from. And I don't care if you grew up in Brooklyn, in Ohio, like I did, or Compton. You are an Empress, and you have an ability to be an Empress, and you have the ability to raise Empresses, and you have the ability to step into that power at any time. At any time. So let's look at this, shall we? This is freaking beautiful, okay? Going to do a little numerology in this. This is beautiful. I have card number 33, blossoming. This is you. All of you blossoming into the Empress. You might be seeing a lot of 33, 333, 3. Under that, you're blossoming into the Empress because you're learning to nourish yourself. Look at her. She's got fruit in her hand. You're learning how to eat better. You're learning that what you've been taught on these got milk commercials aren't really the actual truth. It's more like got pus. You need to look into all this, you guys. You really do. You need to connect the dots here. You need to connect the dots with the food, because when you feel good, it comes from the inside out. You look good, and your whole life will change. And you're also learning self-love. So 33, 7 and a 6 is a 13. Got another 13 in the next row, along with a 9 and a 4. The next row, we have peace. This is someone who is 2 and an 8, going through an ending. 2 and an 8 is a 10. And so they're doing a lot of meditating to heal their heart. This is a person that never communicated clearly and effectively what their needs were. So let's just get that out right now. Someone didn't know how to communicate, and so that was their lesson. This is also someone who might have played a little mind games. We have card number 13, card will. This person's balancing a banana on their head while taking a bite out of an apple and wearing a mask. Card number 13. Under that, we have assessing. This is a person that assesses a situation before they go into it, because they only want to go into happy things. So this is a person that needs to gain practical aspects of situations. Now, what do I mean by that? This is the type in the middle row. It is someone who's it's someone who's a little weak. So they can only be, I've been here, so I'm not going to put this person down at all. I've been in this situation where I don't like certain energies around me because it throws my energy off. I can't, but I've learned how to handle that type of energy very, very well. Very well. Very well. Almost too well. I have learned to handle that type of energy very, very well. So now if someone has an unbalanced energy around me, I'll go to yoga, I'll go into meditation, I'll go into a different room, or I'll leave. This is a person that doesn't know how to put up healthy boundaries. This is an all or nothing person. This person will either ghost you or come towards you. There's no in between. So that's this person. And they are watching. Whoever this is, they are watching. Remember, the cards aren't gender-based. Now we have group number 3, card number 44, attraction. There's a strong magnetic attraction between you and someone else. So why is this person, is this a woman or a man? This could be either. Why is this person just sitting there? 42, we have masculine. Well, they don't want to step forward because, they're in their masculine energy. What about their friends? What about, what will their family think? Okay. We have card number 8, the path. I love this card. So this little blonde girl she's taken this ladder. Look at all those stars around her up to this portal door. And she's at the bottom of the ladder, but she's getting ready to walk up it and walk through this window. And the overall energy is another 8. No, it's a 17. Self-reflection. So we're all needing to do a little self-reflection in the mirror. What do we truly want? What excites us? What makes us happy? What makes us happy? What truly, truly excites us? Resistance. This is card number, I believe, 25. This is someone holding, this looks like a photo, actually. It's probably me. This looks like a photo of when I held a bunch of fennel that I harvested on a hike a few weeks ago. Beginnings, resisting a beginning, card number 2. Well, you've already stepped into it. You've already stepped into this beginning, and I love this card, the Dancer. Card number 15, action. Don't fall into the fire, right? You're so scared. But why? Scared to be so incredibly beautiful and to be everything that you are? Scared to shine your light? Scared to put yourself out there? Why are you resisting? Why do you, listen, I want to tell you something. If you see other people doing things and you get upset and you get jealous, it's because you're not doing them and you need to be. Go for it. Do it. I support you 150%. 150%. And then we have fear. Well, what was the other card? The masculine attraction. Yeah, we have fear. Card number 11, master number 11. This is actually a young boy. The The cards aren't gender-based or age-based, but this could be an older man that gets taken to his childhood whenever he wants to move forward on something, right? Just going to set this right here. And what is the void? A new beginning is the void. We have card number 1. Card number 1s are new. I'm going to tell you, we're already in the new beginning. If you're not feeling this energy has lifted, then I will tell you, maybe you made a mistake, because the energy is so light right now. Everything in your life should be going very, very peacefully. Jesus, I was boarding that plane yesterday and I thought, my God, I used to travel all the time. Granted, I was traveling with someone else, but we would miss flights. The flights were stressful. It was like I had 500 bags and I went on with my purse. That was it. I grabbed my purse. I was like, oh God, I'll find food on the way. I'm just going to grab my purse and a juice. So, and it was so light and it felt so good to travel so light with it was just like all excess baggage. It was like a metaphor for my life. I was like, shit, I just left 25 pounds behind. That's how I want you to feel. If you haven't cut ties with someone, and you need to, cut them. You don't need, listen, it depends on who you are. You don't need to cut the ties if someone walked out on you. For God's sake, consider the ties cut. You are the 9 of Pentacles. You are smelling good, looking good, feeling good. You are going to the gym, or you are getting up and you are taking that walk. You are caring for your animals, your loved ones. You're taking care of your skin. You're making sure you wash off your makeup at night. You know what I'm talking about. Come on. Let's define blossoming. Whoa, that's a little bit much. We have the Hierophant, the Queen of Cups, and the Fortune Fairy with the Ace of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles. Shit, I'm taking it. Bottom of the deck. This is probably you if you're single and feel like you kind of went through hell and came back again over the past 2 years. That might be you. So on this blossoming card, this is for those of you in group 1 that are really taking care of yourself. People are checking you out. People are asking you out. My next door neighbor, bless his heart, he's like 70. I was just letting the dogs out before I came in here to do this. And he goes, why are you home on a Saturday night? And I said, well, I am catching up with some people later, but because I choose to. And he can't wrap his brain around me wanting to, meet with people for an hour to grab a bite and then come home and soak in an Epsom salt bath, he can't grasp that. It's beyond him. He's a Gemini. And I love Geminis. It's because you're nourishing yourself. That's why you feel so amazing. It's because you have learned to love yourself. You've learned to really, really love and care for yourself. And you know that you don't need anyone else to do this. Empress. And the cards that are representing you is the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, female. These are the cards that literally flew when I shuffled. The Hierophant. You could have Taurus in your chart. You could be a spiritual teacher. You could have been in the military. Cards aren't gender-based. The 10 of Pentacles. Good money. The 4 of Wands, 4 walls of stability. The 9 of Wands. Okay. All right. You might have someone trying to interrupt that. I don't know why. Some of you might be coming out as homosexual. If so, more power to you. Amen. Sister, brother, do it. Everybody probably already knew anyway, you know? Some of you might also be coming out that you're in a relationship with someone of a different ethnicity, a different religion, different race. Great. Hey, take me to that party. I support you. Some of you might be telling, your Catholic parents that you're going to be a tarot reader or something. Awesome. Invite me to that dinner. I want to sit there like a fly on the wall. And it's not because I like drama. It's because I like when people step into their power, become who they really are. Where's that dancer? Do what you were put here to do, to help other people. Hang on one second, you guys. It's not for you, you guys. Sorry, I'm going to a baby shower tomorrow, and I was baking cookies in the oven, and you would think that they're like for dogs or something. They're just like, both of them, I walk in the kitchen to turn the oven off, and both of them are like right underneath the oven. You know what I mean? I burnt them, by the way. Okay, you also have Ace of Pentacles, a new tangible offer, something you can actually touch. It's not from the person in the middle, I can tell you right now, and I'll tell you why that is in a second. And you have, what is this? Oh, Life Renewed. This isn't the Fortune Fairy. Hi, Lewis. You have Life Renewed. I love this card. She's like a little girl. Her life is fully renewed. Hi, baby. Okay. We don't want Lewis to catch his tail on fire. Get down, honey. Here. Good boy. Go on. Hop down. It's all ready for you. Okay, so in this middle pile, and by the way, that first pile, you Empresses, you're probably single. And guess what? That's okay. Now, let me tell you about the middle pile real quick. Some of you have really a great history of people really stepping up and, probably been to the Hollywood Bowl if you live in LA. You probably been taken out and wined and dined and stuff. We have Justice here. Is that Justice? Libra. I actually have Libra on my chart. You could have a child with someone. Ace of Wands, or you could have a lot of passion with someone that just isn't showing up. They're just not giving you that four of wands stability that you need. And I have a feeling you have trouble saying it because I just stuttered and I never stutter. Wow, study. I never study. I don't, because I think I know everything. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. You have the Fairy Stallion. What other card is here? Life Renewed. This is really, whoever you are, we have the Death card, could have Scorpio in your chart. This really kind of rubbed you the wrong way because you're like, where is the practicality in this? You could be dealing with, got the meditation card. We have the card Will. This is the card Will. It's actually called Will. I'm not just saying that. So I think in the past you've been in relationships that were serious, committed relationships and where people stepped up, right? And showed you and gave to you what you needed as far as courting you. What is courting? Courting is dating you. This person's not going to show up for you. This person is not that person. But they're watching you. Look at them. They're watching you, but they're not going to show up for you in any way. We have the card of Libra here, the Justice card. They could have Libra in their moon or rising. They're emotionally walking away, or you're emotionally walking away from them. I think it's you. Or they're going to walk away to a new beginning, Two of Wands, with someone they don't have to invest in. You could be dealing, this is a Knight of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or someone younger, or just less mature. I don't think this is a past relationship for you guys. I think this is, for those of you watching, I think this is someone who's never invested in you. I mean, you might have had a one-night stand, a two-night stand, a three-night stand. You might have, I don't think this is a person that, I would listen to the Pisces reading by Queen of Cups, plural, Queen of Cups Tarot. She talks about a single female who is trying to build an empire, and she's dealing with the moped squad, she calls them, her past relationship, her current relationship, people who are trying to get in her front door. She calls them the moped squad. And the moped squad is, just listen to that reading. It was really, really telling. I also feel like this person has people around them that do not want, if this is a past person, that don't want this person to get back with you. Okay. So I think you've cut through the bullshit, Ace of Swords. You are represented by the Four of Swords. You've had an awakening, butterflies all around you. We have the Star card. This guy's chasing you because there's the butterfly, and you've got butterflies around your head, so you are thinking of them. They are watching you, but there's not enough, and we know what the Star card represents, but it can be any sign, doesn't have to be an Aquarius. Six of Cups. You've come out of the water. Look at that. You've come out of the water. Look at the flowers there. Okay. The last energy is the one you are going to take a risk with. This person's been doing things for you. They could, for all I know, they could have jumped your car when your battery went dead. They could have, I don't know, sandpapered something for you, for all I know. They could have showed up at your house with juice or something when you needed it. There is an attraction there. This person is someone who shows up for you. The masculine. They're definitely in their masculine energy. We have card number 42. Male or female? Male or female? 44 and 42. And the path. Walk through the door. Because this person's too concerned with what people say and they don't want a solid commitment. Whoever this person is, we have an 8, a 42, and a 44. You could be 44, you could be 42, you could be 8, could be, I don't think you're 8 years old. I think you could be a life path number 8. I don't think you're 8 years old. I don't think that's going to fly. Sorry, that was so funny. I'm like, you could be 8. You could have a child that's 8. I don't really feel that. Let's get one more card on that. This person, a yawn, shows up as the King of Pentacles. And you show up, beautiful, High Priestess. Throwing your little butterflies back. It's like, catch me if you can. I feel like that's like, here's some butterflies, come on. Now, if this is someone from your past, for a small amount of you it is, you've had the 5 of Swords in the past. This wasn't easy shit, look at you. You look like the wicked witch you look like the good witch, in Wizard of Oz that had a really shitty hair day here. Probably saw a lot of birds around. You got the Ace of Pentacles. That's someone that takes action. This person doesn't fuck around. And you know this. You know when this person steps up, they get it done. This is not a person who fucks around. You know this. Good for you. And they've been holding on to you. Whoever this is has been holding on to you. This could be a past person because the card's coming out right now. Wow. They have the Nine of Cups. Don't take the cards because this is a young guy being a young guy. It can be anyone. They have the Nine of Cups and the Five of Cups. So they're in their feelings. The Nine of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. The Miser card. They're holding on to you. They've been holding on to you this whole time. Whoever it is, new or old. So, for the feminine,